What are the pros and cons of living in Charlotte, North Carolina? If you want to know, then stay tuned. My name is Eli Magids, and I am a realtor here in Charlotte, North Carolina, specializing in luxury properties and new home construction. For all the best information about Charlotte and the surrounding areas, please subscribe to this channel, hit the bell so you'll be notified of my new videos released every Tuesday and sometimes a bonus on Sundays. After this video, you'll know the pros and cons of living in Charlotte, North Carolina. So location, we are located 3.5 hours away from the beach. Myrtle Beach, Charleston, South Carolina, Wilmington, Kiowa Island, Hilton Head. We are 2 hours from the mountains, Boone, where there's snow and skiing. 2 hours away from Asheville. If you want some fun in the summer without having to travel too far, we are on top of the beautiful Lake Norman, Lake Wylie. We have the Whitewater Center, which are all great for outdoor activities. Additionally, we are only 3 hours away from gambling for you gamblers. We're about 3 hours away from Harrah's Cherokee Resort. Great open roads. Minimal amounts of traffic. Now, for those people who complain about the traffic and the roads here in Charlotte, they have never experienced severe traffic like in New York or Los Angeles. Here, it is nothing. Roads are wide open, especially once you get out of the general Charlotte area. They are wide open and they are great, great roads. I will address the traffic in the cons later on. The weather here in the Charlotte metropolitan area is absolutely beautiful. It is gorgeous most of the time. You do have 4 seasons. Winter is cold enough to let you know that it's winter, but it's not brutal. Once in a while you'll get some snow. Spring and fall are gorgeous. Summer is nice and hot, which I will address in the cons. People here are very friendly. They are very helpful, as compared to us Northerners who actually learn how to be friendly and helpful when we moved down here. We look each other in the eye, we smile, we wave, we talk. It's a great way to live. There is shopping galore here in Charlotte, and it is just increasing by the moment. Shopping centers are springing up all over the place. Charlotte has a very usable and resurgent uptown area. Has ballet, has opera, has shows, has concerts at the Time Warner Cable Arena. It continues to grow. There are cranes all over uptown Charlotte. The place is just booming. New hotels are coming in, new office buildings, and new shopping and retail. Going to a game, uptown Charlotte, at either the Charlotte Knights or for the Carolina Panthers, or for the Charlotte Hornets, is really a non-issue as far as traffic is concerned. You can actually go in, park your car, and enjoy yourself instead of struggling with all the traffic. For concerts, most major acts make their way through Charlotte. Either they're going to go to the Time Warner Cable Arena, now called the Spectrum Arena. They're going to go to the Uptown Amphitheater at the North Carolina Music Factory, or they're going to go to the PNC Amphitheater, which is a little bit up north near the Concord area, for outdoor concerts. So as far as concerts are concerned, you get everything here. Charlotte is an outdoor paradise because of the beautiful weather and the beautiful green canopy that we have. There's a lot of outdoor activities. Freedom Park is our biggest park, but there are parks all over the Charlotte metropolitan area, and they are just gorgeous and green and beautiful. It is very conducive to outdoor activities like walking and jogging and biking. Just a really, really pretty place to be. Let's talk about jobs. Jobs here in Charlotte are plentiful. Now, Charlotte is the second largest banking center in the United States after New York. We headquarters of Wells Fargo, Bank of America, but other than banking jobs and finance jobs, there's a large high-tech industry here. It is the fastest growing high-tech area in all of the country. It is growing at a faster clip than the San Francisco Bay Area. And jobs related to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is booming here in Charlotte. A lot of that has to do with the low cost of housing. Let's talk about housing for a second. The housing sector here in Charlotte is hot. You can purchase a new home here for about $250,000, anywhere between $250,000 and $300,000 for a brand new house with granite, the whole deal. Now you guys try doing that in Denver or in LA, San Francisco, New York, New Jersey. You can't really do it. So the cost of housing is much less here than many other parts of the country. And luxury homes are affordable as well. If you compare a house, let's say Westchester, New York, that you can spend $2.5 million for and pay $50,000 in taxes, here you could probably get the same house, for 1/3 the price and probably 1/5 of the taxes. Same thing goes for San Francisco, Los Angeles, any of the big expensive metropolitan areas, Seattle, Denver, you name it, this place is really affordable. If you compare a house, let's say Westchester, New York, that you can spend $2.5 million for and pay $50,000 in taxes, here you could probably get the same house, for 1/3 the price and probably 1/5 of the taxes. Same thing goes for San Francisco, Los Angeles, any of the big expensive metropolitan areas, Seattle, Denver, you name it, this place is really affordable. And not only are the houses affordable, but there are so many great areas to live in. If you don't live in Charlotte proper, you can live in one of the suburbs which are so close to Charlotte that you can use Charlotte for everything, like Weddington and Matthews and Marvin and Fort Mill. There are so many beautiful options available and so many great neighborhoods. So another big pro of living here in Charlotte, and this is a big pro, is that this place is very, very kid and family friendly. There are kids all over the place. Everything is geared towards children. There are activities, there are leagues. There's football, soccer, hockey, ice hockey, lacrosse, horseback riding. There are places where you can jump around. They have the indoor trampoline places. They have karting. This place is just so great for families and so great for kids. I can't tell you how good it is. I moved down here, my child was 2, he is now 11. And let me tell you, it was a very, very good move for us. Next up, when we're talking about kids, we have to talk about the schools. Now, I may get some brushback here, but I've seen a lot of stuff online. People say that the schools suck in Charlotte. Let me tell you, there are some really very, very highly rated public schools here in Charlotte, better than pretty much anywhere else. So anyone who says that the schools are terrible here in Charlotte does not know what they are talking about. Now, a caveat to that, and I'll talk about this in the cons as well, is not all schools are created equal, and not all school areas are created equal. So you have to be very careful when you're purchasing a home to go into a neighborhood or an area where the schools are highly rated. Greatschools.org is a great website. There's tons of other websites also to check out Charlotte schools. But anyone who tells you that all the schools are no good here and that you have to send a kid to private school, they are sadly mistaken. Let's talk about safety here in Charlotte. Charlotte is exceedingly safe. There are large areas, large swaths of area from South Charlotte all the way down to South Carolina and North Charlotte going all the way up. Tons and tons of area that are very safe. Now, like every other city, there are some areas that are not great. I feel safer here than I did living on Long Island in New York. So another pro, if you're a wildlife person, there's tons of wildlife going around here in Charlotte and the suburbs. If you like deer, to watch them, not shoot them. Hummingbirds, eagles, hawks, rabbits. You'll get an occasional snake, a fox here and there. It is just like a natural paradise for someone who grew up in New York. We never saw any of that stuff. When I see an owl, it's exciting to me. So if wildlife is good for you, then that's a pro for Charlotte, North Carolina. Now I want to talk about nightlife for a second. So there's a lot of young millennials, I think I said that right. There's a large social scene uptown in the South End area. There's tons of microbreweries, places to hang out. There's the epicenter. Now, I don't necessarily hang out anymore at my age, but the youngsters are having a ball. So there is a large social scene going on here in Charlotte. So if you're young, there's stuff going on. Another pro is the airport. Charlotte Douglas International Airport is the 6th busiest airport in the world. It's a hub for American Airlines. It is clean. It's easy in, easy out. They are doing a lot of construction, which is messing things up right now. But in the future, it's going to be smooth sailing. Good thing about Charlotte Douglas International Airport, it does have some international flights, and it has connecting flights to almost everywhere. So I hope you enjoyed all the pros. Now for the cons. One thing I said is that we have a good location, but we are 3.5 hours for the beach. If you want to live on the beach, Charlotte's not the place for you. A lot of people in Charlotte have oceanfront homes or homes by the shore, just like a lot of the Northerners have homes on Long Island for the summer, out in the Hamptons. A lot of people have homes out in Kiowa Island down here on the Outer Banks. So like anywhere else, people have summer homes. But if you want to live on the ocean and it's going to be your primary residence, Charlotte is not the place for you. But of course, you can still drive there. So let's talk about the traffic for a minute. So I said there was very little, minimal traffic, which is true. Most of the time, between 7 and 9, you will get some areas that back up on the 485 highway, and the I-77 highway will back up as well because they're doing construction, because we're growing so fast, they're expanding the highway. But that traffic does move. It's not bumper to bumper standstill like you would hit in New York. It's not hours of traffic, and it's only certain times a day. Most of the time, you can just do what you want on the highways. Now, I talked about the weather. The weather is pretty much ideal most of the time. However, for me personally, in the summer, it gets hot and humid. So I kind of love the air conditioning. Summer, spring, fall, parts of summer are great, but during the depths of summer, it gets hot, humid, and you will sweat. Additionally, March, April, there will be tons of pollen coming out. So you're gonna need some Zyrtec or Zysol or Benadryl if you're susceptible to allergies. But that's what makes this place so beautiful, is all that pollen that comes out. So while I said the shopping is phenomenal here, and it is, you can get pretty much anything you want. The shopping is not going to be like in Manhattan, like Fifth Avenue, and it's not going to be like in Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive. We do have the South Park Mall, which has high-end stores like your Tiffany's and Neiman Marcus, but you're not going to have as wide a variety as you will in other metropolitan areas. So before I moved down here, I never knew what red clay was. Once you move down here, you find out what red clay is very quickly. The soil here is not the nice, dark, brown, black soil, that I'm used to from New York. It is hard red clay. Stuff does grow in it, but it makes it more difficult to plant things. And when it rains, if you step in the red clay, it can get kind of messy. Another con for me is that there's no Major League Baseball here in Charlotte, not yet. I'm a hoping, I'm a praying that we get Major League Baseball at some time. That's the one thing that I miss here in Charlotte is Major League Baseball. I'm a Mets fan, so I can't really root for the Atlanta Braves. Cincinnati Reds can't do that either. So I'm hoping for a Charlotte Major League Baseball team. So for me, that's a con. Now, while I consider Charlotte a decent place for food, and it has improved since I've been here for 10 years, has improved by leaps and bounds, it is definitely lacking a lot of choices in restaurants, fancy restaurants, high-end stuff. It is definitely lacking, especially for someone who's coming from a New York or Chicago or Los Angeles. You're not going to have the same variety or same upscale dining choices. So there you have it, the pros and cons of living in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you disagree with me or if you have anything to add, please let me know in the comments below. If you are thinking of relocating, moving, changing your life, building a home, moving within Charlotte, whether you're from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Virginia, Alaska, California, Ohio, I would love to help you. Please reach out. My name is Eli. I'm at 704-620-0060. And don't forget, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you'll be notified of my new videos every Tuesday and occasionally on Sundays. If you don't want to wait for my new videos, you can check out my other videos by hopping over to my YouTube channel. Going down to the description below, there are links, or there are going to be cards up above in the video. So I have one question for you. Of all the pros that I mentioned in this video, which is the one pro that resonated the most for you? Let me know in the comments below. I thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to talk to you, and until next time.